mantras of our Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother says no material organization, whatever its degree of preparation, is capable of bringing a solution to the miseries of man. Man must rise to a higher level of consciousness and get rid of his ignorance, limitation, and selfishness in order to get rid also of his sufferings. With my love and blessings, says our Divine Mother. April 24th, our Divine Mother's final arrival in Pondicherry.
Réalisateur suprême, donne-nous une foi ardente, active, absolue, inébranlable en ta victoire. Glory to thee, O Lord, Supreme Master of all realization. Give us a faith active and ardent, absolute and unshakable in thy victory. शङ्खचक्रधर्मदेवं द्विभुजां पीतवाससम् ॐ विष्णुं सूर्यं ब्रह्मां च बृहस्पतिम् ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्ष्ये अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ स्वस्ति ॐ स्वस्ति ॐ स्वस्ति ॐ मध्ये सुधावधिमणिमण्डपरत्नवेदे सिंहासनो परिगतां परिपीतवर्णां पीताम्बरां कनकमाल्यविभूषिताङ्गीं देवीं स्मरामि धृतमुद्गरवैर्जिह्वाम् ॐ ह्रीं चण्डिके देवी ॐ ह्रीं चण्डिके देवी या गच्छ यतिष्ठ सन्निधे सन्निरुध्यस्व सन्निधा भव अत्राधिष्ठानं कुरु मम कुरु भगवत्यं प्रसीद भक्तवत्सले प्रसादं कुरु मे देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तु ते प्रसीद भगवत्यम्ब प्रसीद भक्तवत्सले प्रसादं कुरु मे देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तु ते शरणं 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 मीरा शरणं मीरा मम शरणं.
Our Divine Mother first visited Pondicherry in 1914, and on April 24th, 1920, at the age of 42, she returned to settle there permanently. She was pursuing an intense yoga, and the sadhana was going on in the mental and the vital planes. The result was even a physical change in her appearance. Until the Divine Mother's final arrival, a few of Sri Aurobindo's followers had lived with him as members of the household. With the coming of the Divine Mother, there were some gradual changes and a collective life took shape. Physical things were organized and regular collective meditations were started. Our beloved Nalinikant Gupta ji, one of the oldest disciples of the Mother, said, "The Divine Mother taught by her manner and speech and showed us in actual practice what was the meaning of disciple and master. It was the Divine Mother who opened our eyes." In 1937, the Divine Mother reflected that the anniversary of my return to Pondicherry was the tangible sign of the sure victory over the adverse forces. It was then that slowly the ashram grew and took shape around Sri Aurobindo and our Divine Mother. This date, April 24th, is celebrated in the ashram as one of the darshan days. Our Divine Mother is not a disciple of Sri Aurobindo. She has had the same realization and experience as myself, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo in the collective works of our Lord Sri Aurobindo, volume 32, page 36. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, the mother's sadhana started when she was very young. When she was 12 or 13, every evening many teachers came to her and taught her various spiritual disciplines. Among them was a dark Asiatic figure. When we first met, she immediately recognized me as the dark Asiatic figure whom she used to see a long time ago. That she should come here and work with me for a common goal, as it were a divine dispensation. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says the mother was an adept in the Buddhist yoga and the yoga of the Gita even before she came to India. Her yoga was moving towards a great synthesis. After this, it was natural that she should come here. She was helped and is helping to give a concrete form to my integral yoga. This would not have been possible without her cooperation. One of the two great steps in this yoga is to take refuge in the Divine Mother, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Our Divine Mother came to Pondicherry for the first time in March 1914. She returned to France in 1915 and then went to Japan in 1916. She returned to Pondicherry on April 24, 1920, never to leave again. On this significant date, our Divine Mother once wrote to a disciple and said, about 24th April 1920, the anniversary of my return to Pondicherry was the tangible sign of the sure victory over the adverse forces. A message that our Divine Mother gave on 24th April 1958 says, there are two complementary aspects of the liberating action of the divine grace upon earth among men. These two aspects are equally indispensable but are not equally appreciated. The sovereign, immutable peace that liberates from anxiety, tension, and suffering. The dynamic, all-powerful progress that liberates from fetters, bondages, and inertia. The peace is universally appreciated and recognized as divine, but the progress is welcomed only by those whose aspiration is intense and courageous, says our Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother says in the collective works of Our Divine Mother, Question and Answers, 1956, page 262, Our Divine Mother says, in the days when Sri Aurobindo used to give darshan, before he gave it, there was always a concentration of certain forces or of a certain realization which he wanted to give to people. And so, each darshan marked a stage forward. Each time something was added. But that was at a time when the number of visitors were very limited. It was organized in another way and it was part of the necessary preparation. But this special concentration now occurs at other times, not particularly on the darshan days. And it occurs much more often on other kinds of occasions in other circumstances. The moment is much accelerated. The march forward, the stages succeed each other much more rapidly. And perhaps it is more difficult to follow. Or in any case, if one doesn't take care to keep up, one is much more quickly outdistanced than before. One gets the feeling of being late or being abandoned. Things change quickly. And I ought to say that these darshan times, with all this rush of people, serve not so much for an inner progress, that is to say, inside the ashram, as for a diffusion outside. The use we make of these days is a little different. Above all, it is to go farther, have a vaster field, reach more distant points. But the concentration is less, and there is in this inconscience of a larger crowd, which was always there but which has been greater during these last years than at the beginning. In the book The Mother, written by Mona Sarkar, Blessings of the Grace, page 109, there is the manifestation of the truth. To be in front of his room is to perceive the absolute consciousness. He who knows how to open himself, truly open himself wide and spontaneously, will find his invariable help for everything. It is unbelievable. It is invincible and all-powerful. Do not pretend. In front of him, one has to be straightforward, scrupulously frank and sincere, and one has to simply open himself to be able to feel his beatitude. It is extraordinary, the power of his reality. No one could stand, no one could bear it if he reveals himself in his eternity. That is why I was warning you in advance. Never pretend or make a semblance that you are one of those who have the permission to stand before his room. It vibrates with his presence. Be happy and make of your life a consecration for accomplishing his work here below. It is an exceptional opportunity. Be worthy of it and do not waste time. What a marvel, what a power, what grandeur. The one who was with us, his power, his force still vibrates in his room. It is a place for meditation and for receiving the vibration of the truth which it emits. It is charged. The presence of Lord Sri Aurobindo is palpably felt by one who is sincere. Lord Sri Aurobindo says, the divine gives itself to those who give themselves without reserve and in all paths to the divine. For them, the calm, the light, the power, the bliss, the freedom, the wideness, the heights of knowledge, the seas of Ananda. It is not by your mind that you can hope to understand the divine and its action, but by the growth of the true and divine consciousness within you. If the divine were to unveil and reveal itself in all its glory, the mind might feel a presence, but it would not understand its action or its nature. It is in the measure of your own realization and by the birth and growth of that greater consciousness in yourself that you will see the divine and understand its action even behind its terrestrial disguises, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo on the collective works, in the collective works of our Lord Sri Aurobindo on Letters on Yoga, Volume 1, page 474. Divine Mother writes, O Lord, let thy will be done, thy work be accomplished. Fortify our devotion, increase our surrender, give us light upon the path. We erect thee within us as our Supreme Master, that thou mayst become Supreme Master of all the earth. Our speech is still ignorant, enlighten it. Our aspiration is still imperfect, purify it. Our action is still powerless, make it effective. O Lord, the earth groans and suffers. Chaos has made this world its abode. The darkness is so deep that thou alone canst dispel it. Come, manifest thyself, that thy work may be accomplished. Lord Aurobindo says, keep firm faith in the victory of the light and face with calm equanimity the resistances of matter and human personality to their own transformation. Lord Aurobindo says, everyone who's turned to the Divine Mother is doing my integral yoga. It is a great mistake to suppose that one can do the Purna Yoga, that is, carry out and fulfill all sides of the integral yoga by one's own effort. By one's own effort. Our Lord says, no human being can do that. What one has to do is to put oneself in the Divine Mother's hands and open oneself to her by service, by bhakti, by aspiration. Then the Divine Mother, by her light and force, works in him so that the sadhana is done. It is a mistake also to have the ambition to be a big Purna Yogi or a supramental being and ask oneself how far I have got towards that. The right attitude, says our Lord, the right attitude is to be devoted and given to the Divine Mother and wish to be whatever she wants you to be. The rest is for the Mother to decide and do in you, says our Lord Aurobindo.